A densely packed neighborhood, a team of architects, researchers, and a local craftsman, plus simple everyday building materials from the streets around them. What brings them together? They are in Ard al-Liwa, one of Cairo's most crowded informal housing developments and home to an estimated 500,000 people. The various experts have joined forces to find low-tech ways of beating the summer heat. Temperatures in Egypt's capital have been rising due to climate change. Heat waves now last longer and often peak at over 40 degrees. And in places like Ard al-Liwa, it can feel even hotter.
The way streets and buildings are designed really affects how you feel the heat. And with a population the size of Greater Cairo and the associated conditions, you can actually feel temperatures that are 5 to 6 degrees higher than what's officially recorded.
Ahmed Mukhtar has been living and working here for years. Some time ago, the local craftsman and visual artist found his own way of staying cool in his rooftop premises.
I started taking apart the conventionally built wooden ceiling. Then I began adding openings like ventilation gaps, placed in the direction of the wind. And it worked great. The temperature dropped considerably, and the atmosphere completely changed.
But as buildings around him rose taller, the air stopped flowing, and the space became stifling again. Fortunately, Mukhtar is part of the cluster team, the group of architects and urban planners from Egypt and further afield. With financial support from partners and a Netherlands-based cultural program, they develop green and affordable solutions for combating heat stress, with one example being Mukhtar's studio.
Electricity keeps getting more expensive, and most people simply can't afford to install an air conditioner. So there's definitely an important economic side to it, but there's also an environmental aspect. Mechanical solutions might give you better indoor comfort, but they also push more heat, pollution, and CO2 outside.
We've done through an initial analysis, even previous to the workshop, where we've walked through the neighborhood and analyzed all the, interventions people have made to cool and shade their housing, which a lot of it is done actually through textiles and canopies, etc.
So, instead of eco and friendly technology, how about making the most of existing options? The Mashrabiyya, for example, is a wooden lattice screen that blocks direct sunlight while slowing the airflow. Traditionally, people would place clay jugs full of water next to it in order to cool the incoming breeze. The idea now is to update the concept with modern materials.
We're designing screens that can be placed in front of balconies and windows, and through incorporating also ceramics, and which can be watered, and then through evaporative cooling can help cool the units on the inside.
As for the heat management in Ahmed Mukhtar's rooftop studio, the cluster team ended up choosing a design based on the solar chimney principle, a technique used in ancient times by Persian and Roman architects to create passive cooling.
It works like a greenhouse. The sun heats the metal, the air inside warms up and stays trapped. Then it starts to rise and escape through the opening we made for it.
This is where the experimental part of the undertaking begins. The team starts scouting local stores and workshops for materials that are both low-cost and low-key, such as wood, old corrugated metal sheeting, and plastic. All for a prototype. By the end, it has taken almost 8 months from the initial idea to completion of the solar chimney, until the moment arrives when the structure is hoisted up and installed in the artist's studio. It might not look perfect, but the point here is not form, but function, and an affordable solution.
I hope this prototype will improve the overall climate of the space.
Projects like this can be extremely effective. They offer real, lasting solutions. And the cultural mindset here is, don't waste time overthinking an idea that works. So the model could easily spread to other buildings or neighborhoods.
One rooftop, one artist, one prototype built for a specific space, but probably transferable to many others like it.